you were with us last week, this is sort of where we ended off on Wednesday. We were talking about parallel lines and the angles they create, and we spoke about the fact that there are three interesting angle relationships that are created with parallel lines, or when angles are on parallel lines. And we came up, well, this is sort of how I like to remember it, as fun. So these are it's just like a little fun way to remember your parallel lines and their angles. So it's basically we're looking for some sort of F shape in our diagram that's created with parallel lines, refers to corresponding angles. The U shape that we try and look out for refers to co-interior angles. And then the N shape, or sometimes it's on its side, so it looks like a Z, that shape refers to alternate angles. Now we're going to do a little practice of each of these so you can see how each of these can be presented to you. But essentially for your corresponding angles, so this F shape over here, what we look out for, or rather what we need to bear in mind, is that if we're going to work with corresponding angles, the angles are equal to each other. So that's what that statement is saying there. This is the same then for alternate angles, the fact that the angles are equal in size to each other. Co-interior angles are a little bit different, and this is just why I'm making this point here. Co-interior angles are not that they are equal, but rather that when we add them together, we should get 180 degrees. Okay, so, but like I say, we're going to practice all of these one by one, and then we'll look at them together. This is just a little, these are the shapes and these are the things we're going to look out for as we start to do our questions. All right, so let us start by practicing our corresponding angles. Now, guys, I didn't say this before we started, but please make sure you know how to screenshot on your device, especially with geometry. When there's lots of diagrams and stuff, sometimes you don't have time to draw them nicely. So just make sure that you are able to screenshot so that you can come back to it. All righty, so let's have a look at this first example here. I'm just zooming in on example 1. We'll get to example 2, don't stress. And we are wanting essentially to determine the sizes of angle X and angle Y. Okay, so the second we see these little triangles, they're not even triangles, these little arrows on any lines that we're given, these little arrows tell me that these lines are parallel to each other. Now remember, parallel lines run the same distance apart and in the same direction as each other. So what that means is the second we see those little arrows, we want to start looking for those fun shapes. So what we're going to practice first of all is our corresponding angles. So that is that F shape, telling me that the angles sort of in the corners of the F are equal to each other. So that's what I want to be on the lookout here for. Now, guys, in geometry, sometimes it's quite useful to have like a colored pen or a highlight or something to work with your diagram as you go along. And that's sort of what I'm going to do. So my diagrams are going to have lots of scribbles all over them so that we know what we're working with. So the first thing that I see, and you can do it however you want, is if I start with the angle X and this angle of 134 are actually on the same line. Now, just because we're working with parallel lines doesn't mean that we can't use reasons we've learned elsewhere. And so what we know is that firstly, X is equal to 180 degrees minus 134. Now remember, anytime in geometry when you're working out the size of an angle or working out something, you always have to give a reason for your statement. So in this case, because I'm saying that X and 134 are on a straight line, my reason here will be angles on a straight line. And remember, we can abbreviate these things as we go along. Oops. We don't have to write full sentences. And then all we do is we say 180 minus 134, and that will give us our value of X. So X is 46 in this case. And I saw that come through on the chat. Well done, everyone. X is 46 degrees. Right, now what I like to do is as I go and work things out, I like to fill it in on my diagram. Sometimes it helps me get to the next answer that I'm working with. Sometimes it doesn't, but it is just nice to put in things as we go along. Just so that you're all aware of where this step has come from, remember it is because X plus 134, so when I add those two angles together, they are angles on a straight line, so they have to give me 180 degrees. And so because of that, and then because I'm solving for x, I can go and subtract 134 on both sides, giving me my answer 46. So just in case you're a little bit confused about where that came from, it is because I know that x plus 134 must give me 180 because of angles on a straight line. Okay, so now that we've got that, we need to go and work out y. Now, there are many different ways to do these, and you can do it however you want. As long as your reasons are correct and geometrically it all makes sense, it's absolutely fine if your reasons are a bit different. But because I have these nice parallel lines, I'm going to start looking for my nice shapes. So what I see is that what I've got here is like an upside down backwards F. So that what I've sort of highlighted in pink there. And what that tells me is that the angles in the corners of the F, so y and 134, are equal to each other. So that then means that angle y is equal to 134 degrees. And there's no working out here because you've just read that from your diagram. And we have to give a reason. And because this is that F shape, we use corresponding angles, which we can abbreviate to I don't know how you would say that, angles. And remember, guys, whenever you are doing parallel lines, whenever you are working with parallel lines, you always have to state which lines you are working with. The reason that we do this is because sometimes there's lots of parallel lines in a diagram or more than one pair. So we always just have to tell our marker which ones we're working with. So in this case, as I'm seeing coming in on the chat, CD, that doesn't look like a D, is parallel to FG. I've got my value for y. That's all I really need to do. Just remember, we have to put our reasons in. And when we're working with parallel lines, there has to have, or your reason rather has to have the parallel lines with which you are working. Okay, so not too tricky. We need to look out for those shapes as we go along. But that is one example of using corresponding angles.
Okay, my Pebs with questions. I can already see Tando. So teacher Sam, I'm sending Tando your way. Tando, awesome. We are here for you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Tando.
Hi.
Ma'am, I just want to clarify. Can we use abbreviations when we put out our reason?
Absolutely. So all of the abbreviations I'm using here are perfectly fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So guys, that is really important. You obviously are welcome to write it out, but some of these reasons, especially as we start to get into more complex geometry in like grade 9 and grade 10, some of these reasons are quite long. So we are definitely allowed to abbreviate the reasons where we can. And like I say, all of the abbreviations I'm using, you are allowed to use as well. Okay.
Okay, so we have Emi Faye on the line. Emi Faye, we are all yours. Emi Faye, remember you need to press on your side. Okay, so also Emi Faye, you are allowed also to put your question on the chat like this. I can see it and I'll help you, or I can even tell teacher Sam to help both of us. So we will definitely survive. Okay, Emi Faye. So I'm gonna let teacher Sam continue and you can just pop in your question on the chat. And to every one of us, please take screenshots. It's very important. Take screenshot because you won't finish writing and drawing. It's best to take a screenshot, okay?
Okay, guys, and yeah, I think as Yolanda says, if you're struggling with sound or whatever, when you try and unmute yourself, just pop your message or your question in the chat. We will see it, so we'll be able to answer it, okay? We don't want to sort of sit and struggle for too long. Alrighty, guys, so take your screenshots and let's have a look at our next one. So I'm going to ask you to give this one a try by yourselves. It's quite similar to what we were having a look at previously. I'm wanting you to use or to work out X and Y. Remember, you have to have reasons for your answers. That's really, really important. Look out for your F shape in these. Sorry, my cat has just been a bit needy tonight. Look out for that F shape in your diagram and see if you can find for me the values of X and Y. And if you are feeling comfortable and feeling ready, then please raise your hand so that you can give us an answer.
Oh, Gulumo is already like, ma'am, I'm ready. Aliza is also ready. So let's see the answers popping in the chat, and then one of
Nice, guys.
I think Kulumo is gonna just take us through on how did he find the X, and Alizwa is gonna take us through on how to find Y. I can see
Awesome.
Bunti's hands also. Let's go, my people.
And I'm
Alright,
loving
guys,
that
I'm
we've got
ready.
some reasons, guys. Well done. Reasons are so important in geometry.
Okay, can I take Nkulumo now? Is it fine to just have?
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Nkulumo, teach us. I can't wait. Let's go.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
X is equal to 68 because they are vertically opposite.
Awesome. So X is
Hey.
equal to 68 degrees. I don't have to do any working out there. They are vert up angles equal. And again, guys, all of these abbreviations, absolutely fine for your reasons. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. X is 68. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that onto my diagram just in case it helps me to find Y.
Okay, we're gonna go to Aliza. Aliza, we are all yours. Tell us what Y is and the reason.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, Y, ma'am, is equal to 68
And your reason?
corresponding angles.
Awesome. And what are the parallel lines that you're working with here?
Angles on a straight line, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, let me rephrase my question. If we are working with corresponding angles, do you agree we're looking at the F shape?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, so no, I didn't phrase my question very well. So there's the F shape. So what are the two parallel lines that you worked with there to say that X and Y are corresponding?
It was A and C.
Okay, so just remember it's the lines like this. So, but I agree, we're on the right track there. So AB and is parallel to CE. Well done, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well done. Okay, guys. So those are our two answers. There was actually no working out that I needed to do because using my vertically opposite angles and my corresponding angles, I could get there. And guys, like I was saying earlier, if you need to, especially when the diagrams become quite complicated and we've got lots of angles, highlight for yourselves and draw in color for yourselves so that you know what you're working with. We don't want to get all confused with our diagrams. So rather help yourself if you need to by using colors or highlighters or whatever you need. Okay, but take your screenshots.
Yeah, while they're busy taking screenshots. So all the hands that I'm seeing that are up, if you wanted to answer, please put your hand down. But if you have a question, please keep your hand up. Okay, so I'm gonna come. Alizwa, I know you just answered, so I will just lower your hand down. Christopher, I'm guessing this is a question. Okay, we are all
Yes,
yours.
ma'am, can you also say, ma'am, Y is equal to 68 and the reason is alternating angles?
So in this case, let me just not lie to you. So in this case, we can't use alternating angles because that would be like the Z or the N shape. And if I look at my diagram, the only Z or N shapes that I have are that purple one like that, or this pink one going that way. So there's no way that Y alternates with an angle that we have. You could eventually get there, but you'd then have to work out, say, for example, this angle using angles on a straight line, and then that angle would be alternate, and then angles on a straight line again for Y. So in this case, we can't go straight to alternate angles. You could go roundabout, but you can't go directly using alternate angles.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. But we are going to have a look at some examples with alternate angles now. Okay, guys, so take those screenshots, make sure you have that answer and that diagram, and then let's go on to look at our co-interior angles. We're going to do some practice, and then we're going to combine everything so that hopefully we're feeling super comfortable with parallel lines and their angles.
Well done, my people. We're doing really good. Remember, we don't want anyone to feel lost. And remember, if you feel a little bit of lost and not really following proper, it's because we have been doing this like for the past, I think it's a week or 2 weeks, I'm not sure. But
2 weeks
all
now.
the lessons, yeah, all the lessons are recorded on the website. So don't worry about it. You will catch up. You'll catch up on the floor and everything, especially if you are new. Okay, guys, we love you and let's continue.
Okay, guys, so let's practice our next one that we need to know, which are co-interior angles. Now, what's really important about co-interior angles? Firstly, what we look out for is the U shape with our parallel lines. And what we need to remember is that we are working with the angles inside the U shape, but these angles are not the same size. If I label my angles just very basically, what I know is that when I add them together, they are supplementary. So basically they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we now need to bear in mind that they're not the same, but when I do add them together, I should get 180. So having a look at my very first example, I'm going to do this one with you, and then you can have a trial of one by yourselves. Again, we can be looking out for F's and N's and all the rest of it, but I am saying let's practice co-interior. So let's have a look out for our U shape. So what we see here is we've got a U shape sort of sitting on its side, so like a C shape over here with our parallel lines BC and DE. Okay, now what that means is that this angle A plus this angle 3A should give me 180 degrees because they are co-interior. We can see that it forms that U shape for us. So we know when we add those interior angles together, they should give us 180 degrees. So we can start to set up our equation for ourselves. So like I said, I know that 3A plus A must give me 180. And so what I've done here is I've set up an equation for myself where I can now start to solve for my unknowns, so solve for A. Now, importantly, we need to give a reason. Now we know this reason is co-interior angles, and you can abbreviate to co-int. If you want, and I know some of you do, want to write supplementary, so co-interior angle sup, that's absolutely fine. All you're telling me is that they add up to 180 degrees. And remember, BC is parallel to DE. So we always state our parallel lines that we are working with. Okay, I generally don't write the sup, I just write co-interior angles. That's absolutely fine as well, but I do know some of you do it, so I just want you to know that that is absolutely fine if you do it like that. Okay, so once we have this, we can now set up our equation. Now guys, remember 3A and A are like terms. So this is actually 4A is equal to 180 degrees. And then we know to solve for A, what we need to do is we need to divide both sides by 4. That will then allow me to get A by itself. So what that does, or rather once I have divided 180 by 4, and you can just do it on a calculator, you get 45 degrees. And so what you've worked out is that A is equal to 45 degrees in this diagram. Now remember, you don't have to put reasons for every single step as long as it sort of continues from itself. Excuse me. This reason applies to all of these steps over here. So just remember, reason with your main statement, and then you can go and solve using that reason. Right now, obviously, we still have to go and look for B. So just a reminder, what I have done to find A is I've used co-interior angles. I know that if I add 3A plus A, I must get 180 degrees. Okay. Now again, I'm just going to fill this in on my diagram for myself. 45. Now 3A is 45 times 3, which means that the angle I'm working with there is 135 degrees. I'm just filling that in just in case it helps me to work out what my B is equal to. I'm seeing on the chat, where did I get 4 from? Guys, remember 3A plus A is 4A. I've just added the like terms together. Okay, so because I had like terms, I could add them together, and that gave me my 4A. Right, now guys, to get B, there's actually a few different ways you can do this. Because we're practicing angles and straight lines, I'm actually going to use an angle and because we are practicing parallel lines and their angles, I'm going to use that as a reason, but you don't have to. So what I also see in this diagram is the fact that I have an F shape here. Now we know that for my F shape, the angles in like the corners of the F are equal to each other. So what that actually means is that 3A and B are equal to each other. If you didn't see that, because you had A, you can use angles on a straight line to work out B. So what that means is that we know 3A is equal to B because of corresponding angles. And again, my parallel lines are BC parallel to DE. And because I've just worked out that A is 45, I know that B is equal to 3 times 45. And so B is equal to 135 degrees. If you didn't do that and you rather worked with angles on a straight line, that's absolutely fine. You will get exactly the same answer. Okay, now guys, if you are lost, you need to have a look at the diagram, listen to the questions, and then if you still need to, please do go and have a look at the video. Right, I'm going to answer the questions, and if we maybe need to explain it one more time, I will, but let's hear some questions before we have a look.
Okay, Lorraine, I'm going to come to you. You can ask your question.
What does the SUP stand for?
Supplementary. So it means that they add up to 180 degrees. You don't have to put it in if you don't, oh, so sorry. You don't have to put the SUP in if you don't want to. So, sorry guys, my laptop's just
Thank you, ma'am.
a moment. Yeah, you don't have to put it in. It just means they add up to 180. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what's happened. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so we're going to take Mpo. Mpo, I am all yours. Okay, Mpo, so we're just gonna go to Pico. Pico, do you have a question? What's going on with my people? Pico, are you able to unmute yourself on your side?
There should be a
Okay,
little
Pico.
thing that comes up.
Yeah, there's a pop-up that will come out on your side, so you just have to press that pop-up. But if you are still struggling and you are still trying to find it, I'm gonna try to go to Emile. Emile, we are all yours. Are you able to do it on your side?
Oh no.
Something must be really wrong. Okay, teacher Sam, while we're busy trying to fix that, Lifika is saying that, can you please explain how did we do B?
Okay, so guys, I'm going to run through this one more time. So for the first sort of solution of A, what we did is we looked for we saw that we had co-interior angles. So basically, I've got my U shape or my C shape, however you want to look at it, which means that 3A plus A must give me 180. So that's what I did in my first step there. Because they must equal 180, I can set up an equation for myself. Sorry, that just looks very unneat. I'm just going to neaten it up. I can set up my equation for myself that says 3A plus A must give me 180. Now, guys, 3A and A are like terms, which means that when I add them together, I get 4A. That's where the 4A came from. And then I'm solving for A, so I have to divide both sides by 4, which gave me my A value. However, to get to B, there's 2 ways that you can do it. The first way that you can do it is you can see that A and B are on a straight line. So that means if you add A plus B, you should get 180. But I said, let's try and practice the parallel line reasons that we are learning tonight. And so what I said was, have a look here. We actually have an F shape. And if we have an F shape, sorry, that line went a bit astray. If we have an F shape, we know that the angles in the corner of my F are equal to each other. And so that's why I've said 3A plus, or rather 3A equals B, because of the fact that I have those corresponding angles. You don't have to use corresponding angles. You can use angles on a straight line, but we're just going to try practice what we are learning tonight. So both reasons are absolutely fine. They're equal to each other. And so I got, once I substituted that A value that I found, I got that B was equal to 135 degrees. Okay, I hope that makes a bit more sense.
Oh, I hope so. Guys, you can vote on the chats. How are you doing so far? Guys, thumbs up, thumbs down if you're not feeling well, or 10 out of 10, or 6 out of 10. Okay, Tando, I can see you. Matthew says
awesome.
good. Let's vote, guys, so Teacher Sam can know where we are. Okay. Yeah, Fairly, that's also good. That's also good. And
So
8
guys,
out of 10 is really good.
if you're not feeling great, that's okay. It's just, we just need to keep practicing. But if we're not feeling great, we need to be saying that we're not and be asking our questions, okay?
Oh, I like what I see. Guys, we are getting better and better. Okay. So we're gonna let Teacher Sam continue and let's do this. Remember that we're gonna practice more and more things. Okay.
Okay, guys, so we are going to take a little break in a second, but let us try this question over here. So remember, we're trying to practice our co-interior angles. We're trying to practice that U shape. And we know that co-interior angles means that when we add them together, I should get 180 degrees. Now, here are my parallel lines AC and BD. And if you have a look, it does actually form that U shape for me. So I know if I add the 2y plus the 20 plus the y, I should get 180 degrees. Okay, so I've started you off there. I want you to give it a try by yourselves and tell me if you can figure out what y is. But I've given you a pretty good hint of what we need to do here. So if and when you're feeling comfortable, if someone wants to raise their hand and let us know what they did, that would be awesome.
Lifika, where are you guys? I'm looking for Lifika. Lifika, I'm giving you a shout out. So Lifika, if you're here, please raise your hand. And I know I'm putting you on the spot over here. You don't have to answer. I'm just checking if you are in. Hey, Lifika is yeah. Lifika, I'm just gonna check with you if you would like to try this answer for us. I mean this question for us. While others on the chat, please continue answering. Dion, I see that you've sent some link over there. Please don't send the links in this platform, okay? We're asking for you guys to be disciplined because I love all of you in this class. So Lifika, let's give it a try. Lifika, are you comfortable answering this question?
Ma'am, I'm still answering. I'm still calculating on my side.
Oh,
No
perfect. Go ahead, Lifika. Hey,
Guys,
guys,
remember those answers?
Answers with reasons, my people. Let's not forget the reasons. You guys are doing so great. I'm
Now,
loving
guys,
it.
remember, I've given you the hint of the U shape, and the U shape is that if we have these two angles in here, when I add them together, I should get 180 degrees. That was my hint to you.
Hint, hint. Josem loves this, guys. She gave us the hint, hint. Okay, so I think now I can choose. So Uratile, would you like to just give us an answer, teach us? So every one of you are listening to Uratile right now, and let's correct our work.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Uratile.
I said 20 is equal to 2y because they are parallel on each other.
Okay, so what reason are you using? Corresponding or co-interior?
Ma'am, I said co-interior.
Okay, so remember, if they're co-interior angles, that means that if I take 2y and I add that whole angle of 20 and y, I should get 180 degrees.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So then I said 2y is equals to 20, and then I divided all that by 2.
Okay, so guys, like I
And-
say, when we are looking at co-interior, so when we're looking at the U shape, we have to add them together to get 180. That is the only way we can use this co-interior reason that we have up here. All right, so that then means that I have to say 20 plus y plus 2y should give me 180 degrees. I don't have any alternate angles here. I don't have any corresponding. I've got no F shape here. And so really the only shape I have is the co-interior angles. So that means co-interior angles.
Hey,
is my
Ntono wants to finish this off. Ntono, do you wanna go ahead and finish it off? I don't know.
There we go.
Okay, I think Ntono is not answering there. Yamo, would you like to help?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
I did 20 plus y plus 2y equals 180 because co-interior angles.
Awesome.
And then I added up the like terms, which gave me 3y.
Cool.
And then I subtracted 20 from 180,
Okay.
which gave me 160. So I said 3y equals 160. And then I divided them both by 3, which gave me 53.3.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you. Okay, guys, so I try to get all of that down. I'll run through it in a second though.
But well done, Yamo. That was a good explanation. So proud.
Well done. Okay, so just very quickly so that we're all on the same page. Like I've already said, if we're going to use the U shape, we need to remember that it is because of co-interior angles. That means when I add them together, I must get 180 degrees. So that then meant that I could set up my equation of 20 plus y plus 2y. And guys, remember, I've got like terms here. The y and the 2y are like terms. When I add them together, I get 3y. So that's where the 3y comes from. And then I've got 3y plus 20 equals 180. Because I'm solving an equation, I need to use my inverse operations. That's why I've subtracted 20 on both sides. And then remember, I have 3y equals 160, but I still need to divide both sides by 3. And once I divide 160 by 3, I get 53,33 degrees.
Big screenshots.
Okay, guys, so we're going to take a little break now. I can also hear my cats are causing absolute chaos, so I need to go shout at them. Take your screenshots. We are going to continue to practice this stuff, so do not stress at all. But this is your little brain break today. So remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the value of the storm cloud, the little rain cloud, and the rainbows. Okay, have a try. See how you go. Please also make sure you stretch, get the blood flowing. I'll come back to that question in a second, but hopefully you all took your screenshots. I'm just going to go sort out my children real quick.
Hey, my pims. Let's try that quiz over there. Well done to the person who made it. The person who named the brain break to a brain freeze. Well done to you. Okay, I see those hands up there. Guys, do you want to give it a try? Or how did you find on each and every single one? So who haven't I talked to? Yeah, let's talk to you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Do you want to try it?
Yes, I'd like to try number 1.
Okay, what did you do for the first one?
I added 4 3 times and it gave me 12.
Well done, Kia. Guys, Kia has given us a clue. So it means that that cloud over there is a 4 plus another 4, which gives us 8 plus another 4, that gives us 12. So Kia has already given us a clue. So let's see. Ntabi's saying, do you have something else for us? Okay, Ntabi's saying is gone.
Right, well done, guys. Sorry, I just chaos.
That's okay. Sipe, I'm on your side. So do you want to give it a try?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
So, ma'am, I don't know if I'm correct, but I said 3 times 3 plus 3, which gave me 12.
Okay, but
Okay.
on which one?
On the first one.
So just be careful of your operations here. They're all plus.
Oh, never mind, ma'am.
That's okay. Keep trying. Okay, we have Wangi. Wangi, we are all yours. You want to give your people a hint? You want to give my pips a hint for the second line or any line that you are ready for? And to all our newbies, so brain break, which is brain freeze, it's just like something that we do for fun to make sure that your brain is being exercised. So that's why we just allow everyone to participate, but really this has nothing to do with anything of what we are learning, okay? So it's more of like taking a break from all our geometry. That's all that it is. Okay, so Nomi, I'm gonna come to you. Nomi, do you have something for us? I see a lot of hands, guys, but you don't want to unmute. Nomi.
I said 23 plus 23 equals 46, and then 46 plus 4 equals 50.
Okay, so just careful your operation here. It's times 4.
Oh.
Guys, can you see there? Can we make it bigger, maybe, Teacher Sam? Because I don't think that they, yeah, maybe like that. That will really help a lot of people. Hey, Debbie, I'm coming to you. Ooh, I'm so happy. I see new names over here. Debbie, we are all yours. Try it.
Ma'am, for number 2, I said 12,5 plus 12,5 equals 25 times 2, which was equals to 50.
Okay, so I like your thinking. Just remember, guys, our order of operations is super important. So we want to do the times first, and then we want to do the addition.
Okay, well done, Davido. Okay, Bunte, we are all on you, Bunte.
Hi, ma'am. I'd say 10 times 4 plus 10 gives me 50.
Okay, cool. Well done.
That looks like it's gonna work.
So guys, remember that order of operations, super important. If the cloud is, I don't know what that is, the sun and the cloud is 10, 10 times 4 is our first sort of operation we need to do is 40, plus that other 10 is 50. So awesome, I would agree. That cloud is 10.
Well done, Bunte. Okay, I'm gonna ask Ngu Banele. Banele, hit us, my man. Let's go. Hi.
Ma'am, I said 5 times 5 plus 10 equals to 35.
Okay, awesome. So our rainbows, and again, we have to remember those order of operations. 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 plus 10 is 35. Awesome, well done.
Oh God, okay. Who's there to give us our last number? Wangi, I'm gonna come to you. Wangi, are you there? Hey, Wangi is having something else. Okay, Nomi, I'm coming to you. Nomi, can you help? Okay, I'm gonna move on to Libohang. Libohang, can you help on your side?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
I said 10 plus 5 times 4. It gives me 30.
Okay, cool. So guys, what we just need to be, what we need to be careful of here is there's 2 rainbows here and there are 2 storm clouds here. So that basically means I've got a 4 and a 4, which is an 8, and a 5 and a 5, which is a 10. So actually I've got 10 plus 10 times 8. Sorry, that went a bit weird there. But because I've got multiple storm clouds and multiple rainbows, I just need to be careful that I actually have a little bit more than what I initially thought. So that then means that we've got 10 times 8, which is 80, plus 10, which is 90. Awesome, well done.
Thank you.
Well
Alrighty.
done. Well done, guys. You guys did well.
Well done. So guys, like Yolinda says, this isn't anything you need to stress about. If you don't get it, that's absolutely fine. It's just give your brain a little bit of a break from the geometry and give it time to think about something else, and then sort of getting you ready before we move on to the next bit. Okay, so it's not something you need to know. It's just a little bit of fun.
Yeah, we are ready to roll.
Awesome. Okay, guys, so let's have a practice then. So what we did, just so we're all very clear, we've practiced our corresponding, we've practiced our co-interior, and this is sort of the question we finished off on. If those of you didn't, or if there's anyone who didn't take a screenshot, do it now while I'm on it. And then what we're going to practice next are our alternate angles. So the third reason with our parallel lines that we need to know. Alrighty. So alternate angles is when we look out for the Z shape or the N shape, some sort of zigzag essentially. So alternate angles are the Z or N shape, however you want to see it. And this is now where the angles are equal to each other. Okay, so if we can see the Z and we've got an angle somewhere, we know they're equal. So if I have a look at this very first one, I'm on the lookout for my parallel line shape. So either the F, the U, or the Z. Now this is quite clearly the Z shape, which means that this angle of 45 is the same size as this angle, X over there. And so I can see some lovely answers coming in on the chat. We don't have to do anything in terms of working out. We just write X is equal to 45 degrees. Now my reason, I've got the Z shape. So it is alternate angles, which we can abbreviate to alt. And remember to state the parallel lines with which you are working. So AB parallel to CD. So guys, it's not F, so we're not using corresponding. It's not a U, so it's not co-interior. We're not doing angles on a straight line or angles around a point or anything like that. It's the Z shape, so alternate angles. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. Right, so hopefully that wasn't too tricky. And guys, don't stress, these reasons will come to you. As you practice more and more, you'll get more familiar with the stuff. So let's have a look at the second question here. So I think all of you could give this a try. I have great faith. So
you can do it.
Have a look at question 2. We've got a 34-degree angle. We've got a 2y angle. I want you to tell me what y is equal to. So I don't want to know what 2y is equal to. I want to know what y is equal to. And look out for your zigzags in terms of alternate angles for this one. And remember your reasons as you write down answers.
We can do this, my people. Let's go. Time is also flying.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say hello to all of you. Busi, I see you. Lulibo, Bulela, Anake, all of you guys. I hope that you're trying this on a piece of paper. And some of you who are ready already are raising their hands to answer this question. Hi, Future. I haven't heard from Future in a while. Andile, hello. Yeah, connection is a problem, PO, but remember that this is recorded, so you don't have to worry. Hi, Oami, Offense, we haven't heard from you also. Hi to everyone. God, I won't name all your names, but just remember that I'm greeting everyone. Okay, I can see some answers on the chat, so we're just gonna quickly take someone to teach us before our time runs out. So I think they can talk to us now.
Cool.
Afternoon, ma'am, and everyone.
Hello.
Ma'am, so since it's 34, 2y should be 34, but y was 34 divided by 2, which should give you an answer of 17.
Awesome. And what is your reason for all of that? What shape
No.
are we using?
Z, so alternate.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Alternate
knowledge.
angles. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, guys. So what we know is, I'm just going to sort of carry on from this very first step. Even though we did get the answer there, just so we're all clear. What we know is that because of the Z shape over here, the 34-degree angle and the 2y angle are equal. So alternate angles are equal. Now that's cool. We can set up our equation. We can then go solve for y by dividing both sides by 2. And when I take 34 and I divide it by 2, I get 17 degrees. So in this case, exactly, y is equal to 17 degrees. So well done. That's really good. Okay, so guys, take a screenshot if you need. So just remember, 2y and 34 are definitely the same, but if I'm asking you to solve for y, we still need to go and divide it by 2.
Okay, so we have some questions. Ralekwa, we are all yours. Okay, Ralekwa, you can also put your question on the chat. Okay, we'll be on the lookout for that. Amatle, is that a question?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, for in an exam and they just give us the equation and they just say solve, would we have to solve for 2y and for y?
So we always solve for just the letter by itself. If they want something different, they would have to tell you, but it is always just for y or for x or whatever letter, but it's always the letter by itself.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Cool.
Okay, Nomzamo, you can ask your question. And Nomzamo, there should be a pop-up coming on your screen, so you just have to click on it to talk to us. While Nomzamo is still trying, Esam, do you have a question?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask if the alternative angle is also supposed to add up to 180.
No, so it's only the co-interior angles. It's only the U shape that needs to add up to 180. Corresponding and alternate angles, they're just equal to each other.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, so guys, that's actually, sorry, Yolanda, that's actually a really good reminder and a really good thing we need to remember. It is only co-interior angles. So it's only like the U shape or the C shape that add up to 180. All of the other ones, so corresponding and alternate, they are equal to each other. All right, that's really important. We don't want to start adding things that we shouldn't.